Good touch from Dennis to release Gibbs-White through the middle of the Wolves half, and he's pinged a ball into the feet of Johnson, edge of the box. Johnson turns onto his left foot, chips it towards goal, and Sarr palms it over the crossbar. Great play between the three front men. Dennis's touch into Gibbs-White let Gibbs-White run through the Wolves half diagonally, and the ball into Johnson's feet was great. Johnson testing the goalkeeper. Here's Nico Williams to take the free kick from halfway towards the back edge of the penalty area. There's Kilman again getting up, but he'll break for Forest, and this is Danilo hitting a shot which is deflected high and over the bar. Danilo 25 yards, right foot, never really looked to have got over it, and it may have missed the target without the deflection, but there was a deflection, and so Forest end up with a corner. Drops it back for Moutinho, gives it back to Totti, midway inside the Forest half. Infield towards Cunha. Cunha's 25 yards out, goes square for Traore, comes back to Cunha, clicks it first time to Neves. He gives it Semedo to drill it in low near post, and blocked by Keylor Navas. It's about as good as Wolves have put together so far. Quick passing, and got them in behind Forest, but the cross in the end far too close near post to Keylor Navas. It remains 0-0. Dawson looking for the cross, flicked on by Cunha, and more by luck than judgment, that's going to find its way wide left to Totti. Totti now for Nunes, 25 yards out to curl one in, and the header from Cunha hits the crossbar with everybody stranded, and in the end that goes behind for a goal kick as João Moutinho tried to get on the end of
I think it was near
the rebound. Might have been near Kate, yeah.
I think he got there first. Obviously he got no control of his header, he had to get there first before Cunha. Yeah, it was near Kate, headed the ball to his own crossbar.
Well, that's the closest either side have come to a goal after 26 minutes. And now out into the centre circle for Dawson, who finds Traore once again. Good spell for Wolves. This is Semedo crossing from the right-hand side. It's dangerous, and Nunes towards goal, puts it wide of the target. As the ball came towards the back post, it looked like either Navas or Williams was just going to deal with it. It curled away from Navas. Williams hesitated.
Headed it.
And
Williams headed the ball out of play.
Yeah, headed it out of play. But then he sort of got bundled into Keylor Navas as well. But it all happened because of the hesitation at the back post. And that enabled Nunes to just have a glimmer of an opportunity to try to get to the ball. In doing so, he's bundled into Nico Williams. And it's about 5 yards or so outside the penalty area.
Yeah, Johnson's completely unmarked, gone ahead of, or behind all the big lads, just not to get marked. He'll come back onside, just clever in case the ball is knocked back.
Here is Gibbs-White with the delivery. It flashes across the penalty area. It was the faintest of glancing headers from Felipe. It comes out left side for Dennis. Dennis with the cross, back post. Johnson gets his head to the ball under pressure, but can only loop it goalwards and skywards, and it's easy for Jose Sarr. It's given once again, and Forest have taken it quickly, and this is Gibbs-White trying to play it in behind the defender for Dennis. Dennis cuts infield into the penalty area, shoots, and Sarr makes the save and holds on to it as well. Dennis cutting in inside left channel and tested Jose Sarr with a low shot.
Could be
now
a yellow.
Freuler brings his man down. Nunes down again. Yellow card for Remo Freuler.
Straight
bowling
throw.
it out quickly to Gibbs-White, who flicks it with a back heel to Danilo, who moves it quickly left hand side for Dennis. Dennis gets the ball under control and then sends it forward to Danilo again inside left on the overlapping run, but his low ball is blocked, and Near Kate wins it before it gets to halfway. Gibbs-White and Danilo linking up nicely. Gives it back, Gibbs-White to Danilo, who rides a challenge and then puts it over the top inside right channel.
Yes!
Scores! Great football! Danilo involved, and Brennan Johnson with a fine finish from a tight angle gives Forest the lead on a crucial afternoon here at the City Ground. Lovely 1-2 between Gibbs-White and Danilo. Johnson is clearly onside when the ball is played up to him, and he finishes through the legs of the goalkeeper, and it's Forest 1, Wolves 0.
That's a brilliant goal taken by Keylor Navas. Came right from Navas, the goalkeeper. A brilliant throw from the Costa Rican keeper. I think it was Gibbs-White on the halfway line, little flick round the corner and off Forest went. Then a couple of little 1-2s, perfect play, technique. And the ball from Gibbs White was a little bit wide for Johnson, but you fancied it from where he was to hit the target. He doesn't miss the target very often, and that was perfect, straight through the keeper's legs, low and hard on the near post.
Normal time at the end of the first half. Gibbs White chips it into the back edge of the penalty area looking for Felipe. Wins the first header, and Dennis tries the acrobatic scissor kick, but couldn't keep it down. It goes over the crossbar. And it remains 1-0, and we'll have 3 minutes of added time at the end of the first half. Felipe wins a big first header, loops across the penalty area, and I think Dennis realised if he let it come down, he was probably going to lose out to Semedo. So it was a high scissors kick, and it was a good effort. Still wide right, 25 yards out, going backwards for Dawson. Dawson,
go on, run
by Dennis. Dennis gets away from him. Dennis charging forward, back gets Nunes. Good defending from Nunes, but Dennis has played it into the feet of Gibbs White. Gibbs White going to shoot from a long way out. 25 yards, and Sarr makes the save. It remains 1-0. Here's the free kick into the penalty area, headed only half away to Johnson to half volley, but he couldn't quite get over it, and it rises over the bar for Wolves. Forest leading 1-0. Traoré trying to take on Lodi, wins the ball, does Lodi, good tackle. Freuler forward towards Gibbs White. Run forward, great ball. Dennis inside his own half, couldn't be offside.
Square it.
What's he going to do? Dennis turns inside, hits the shot, deflected, saved, and then falls for Johnson. Johnson
Gibbs White going mad.
It wide. Dennis cut infield onto his right foot before shooting. Sarr saved it, came back for Johnson. But if he kept going on his left foot and squared it back for Gibbs White, it was a tap-in, wasn't it, for a second goal?
Brilliant pass from Gibbs White initially, and he got on his bike, sprinted to support Dennis, drew the keeper out and just delayed his pass. And then the rebound fell and we put it wide, but Gibbs White went absolutely mad there. Wanted the return ball, he had got a tap in.
To halfway for Totti. Now Kilman again. He's halfway inside the Forest half. He's in the middle of the Forest half and he shoots and it goes just wide and it didn't miss by much. That's a cracking effort from the central defender. He was allowed to run. He got away from Gibbs White. Now Costa and Worrell both just come onto the field. They're just squaring up to each other. Just went off the outside of Kilman's left boot. Now Worrell for Gibbs White. Gibbs White across halfway.
Pass.
Nico Williams to his right. Instead he goes Danilo inside left, who drags the shot across the face of goal and wide. Danilo getting well forward now in this new shape for Forest. He's been given a more advanced role. Found himself inside left channel, but he drags it wide of the target, well wide in the end. It's a lovely ball from Gibbs White again.
Yeah, and it was lovely found from Joe Worrell initially with a short, quick free kick that caught out Wolves.
Stabbed away from him by a foot in from Freuler. Gibbs White trying to get away from Kilman, trying to win the battle against Kilman then. And then Freuler slides in, but Neves takes it away from him, and this is Podence to shoot from a long way out, high over the bar.
Here we go again.
Well won again by Freuler for Gibbs White. Gibbs White gives it Danilo. Danilo now for Johnson at an angle. Johnson sends it across the face of goal. Comes out for Lodi, who volleys and didn't get hold of it at all. Still not fully clear yet. Tried to be brought down by Mangala. He gives it to Williams. They've gone outside the penalty area again. Wolves have their men back. They were really stretched Wolves, but they got away with it. Near Kate, out wide left for Lodi. Lodi with the early cross. Kilman clears. Shoots! Now it's gone for Danilo. Gets right underneath it. So they've got enough substitutes left. It's just that when to make that last stoppage. It's around the edge of the Forest penalty area again. It's teed up towards Neto. It deflects towards Podence. Podence turns and fires it in. Wolves have got the equaliser. It's cruel again on Forest.
Yeah, the equaliser and one of the cavalry came on, has done the damage. It's a shot from Neto in the D area. Got a ricochet to the left-hand side. And Podence on his left foot. I mean, Williams has dived in thinking he might shoot with his left foot. He brings it back onto his right foot. He has all the goal then to open up and fire into. And he has got a good right foot and he just smashed it as hard as he could. Past Keylor Navas, who had no chance. The block was from Joe Worrell. But Nico Williams dived in. I mean, you do sometimes in the heat of the moment, you get across there as fast as you can, but he's gone too far across. He can't reverse himself quickly enough. And Podence brings the ball back onto his right foot and he just smashed it in the back of the net.